I don't see black men in London or England get killed and shot down. But what would make them leave? I mean, what is the racism in England? How is it worse in the United States? And you speak.
It's a good question. I suffered racism in England, and I suffered it as a nanny for an Asian family. And while I was in that part of that community, there was 2 young white albino Asian girls, and when their mum had given birth to these little princesses, these little albino babies, the whole community dismissed them and shunned them out and said, look, you know, you can't be having like white kids here. And they've managed to just about get by, but they still have the trouble. And the 2 girls are much older now. They must be in their 20s. And it's like the racism, the separatism, the divisions in society. It's where people are being pushed into different communities. So instead, you can't even call it a community, you know, because a community would work together. So in England, to my knowledge and in my experience, I can only speak from there. You can be like in one area and it's predominantly white. So if you wear shalwar kameez, which is what I did at that time, which is the Muslim dress, the Asian dress, the white people don't want to know you, right? Oh. And if you like are Asian and you want to hang out in a predominantly white area, they don't want you there. They see you as bad and they shun you out. It's the racism's probably the worst for people who are gypsies. I live in a van. I've had many years living in a van, and I've got friends who are from Romani descent, and the way that the police and the councillors, even especially at the moment and during the whole COVID thing, some people have been burnt out of the vans, losing absolutely everything they have. Oh. There's people, the law tried to put it in so that they couldn't allow gypsies to stay somewhere, and to make it illegal for the people to travel. And eventually, after a lot of hard work, they managed to stop that, so people still had a right to live their way, because these people, Romanis, have been doing it for that long. Like, they have every right to be there, and they know the country and respect the environment way better than any of these house dwelling people. And I used to be a house dwelling person. I just choose not to be. It's only by choice that I choose to live the way I live for the sake of the environment, in the middle of somewhere off grid, as I do. But even that gets seen as, you know, I'm still like, I'm not the social norm. And exactly. family like at the moment, they like to, with COVID, they started by shunning the Chinese people. Let's blame it on the Chinese people, right? And then now they're blaming Indians.
Are you
seriously? So Indian people, they don't want to hang out with people that might have been to India or that have got Indian descent, in case they get Indian coronavirus. I mean, seriously, it's all fear. It's all things people just don't know, because instead of thinking straight and looking at the world with love, or just looking at the science and the facts that back these things up, right?
Exactly.
You've got all these people that are just scared to come out of their area, blaming it on coloured people. I've watched a documentary and this was mainly based in America, but I could see the things that shadowed the same things in the UK. People they like to, people are drama, they love drama queens, right? So hold on. There's a white person's murdered someone and a black person's murdered someone. Let's forget that the white person, let's put the black person in the news, right? Let's go target people and places and bring this up, and the amount of money people are spending on security and stuff for fear of a black person in their area or something. And it's ridiculous, because do you know what? Most of the stuff may have been done by white people, but it gets forgot about, right? You know, you get white people that like go and live in vans and they don't leave a mess, where they stop for the night, they keep everything eco-friendly, they don't leave their litter, they tidy up other people's litter when they get there for fear they're going to get in trouble for it. They go, someone local's gone, oh, there's been some gypsies down the road, they'll go down, they'll empty the crap out of the car boots into the car park, and then they'll say the gypsies have done it, you know. It's all the same. So in the UK, it's very similar. Yeah, cops don't have guns. Thank goodness, right? Thank the universe that cops don't have guns, right? In the UK, because in the UK, there are some amazing, awesome police, and I've worked alongside them. I used to be a bodyguard, right? And I have worked along the fire brigade. I've worked along the police. I've worked along with the ambulance services.
Awesome.
I've done some really cool stuff. I've worked with people from all over, different walks of life, you know.
Excellent.
And doing that, I've seen so much, and I've seen so much racism and so much discrimination. And I know there's some awesome people out there, but there is also complete and utter nasty ego, all ego. It's all me. It's all I'm bigger than you. You know, it's people want to, like, there's still, but now there isn't it so much, but police, some police, just one or two, and people, it's called I don't know if you know this, it's called a human negativity bias. It means that the way we are created, we are more likely to remember the bad stuff than the good stuff, because that's how we've stayed safe. Okay.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just psychological. It's all it is that we have a human negativity bias. We'll remember the bad stuff, we'll forget the good stuff. Okay. So the people remember that no police, no news, right? So all the good stuff hardly makes the paper, because people don't want to read all the good stuff, right? So all the cops, like, they don't get, it doesn't get shared how they help people out, how they buy food, how they help get people to the hospital to deliver the kid in time. You know, all the different things that police do that's absolutely awesome. It gets forgotten about, and instead they get the one or two bad guys who like to rule by beating people up in the back of the van who don't listen, who are all about how big and hard they are, right? And those people are usually such bullies and so manipulating that they pick on some of the others. So like a school ground, you know, like children who don't know no better, you've got the bully, and the other people are scared to say anything in case this person makes a scene and gets their own way, because that person's a bit of a and getting their own way with the hierarchy, you know, to try and beat their way up in, you know, through either sleeping with someone or beating up people and doing whatever, you know, beating people into confessions and stuff. It still happens in the UK. But people forget.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, people forget the bad stuff. Sorry, people forget the good stuff. They forget the truth. And instead of going with the truth and going with what's real, you know, you should always be real. You should always feel into it. If it don't feel right with your belly, it's probably wrong, you know. Yeah,
but that's so true.
But people
I'm going to expound on what you said about truth. And you know, karma, you cannot escape it. You are creating your own karma. And I mean, some people, like you said, they're linear and they think I can do whatever I want, the bully mentality. And boom, karma, I call her she. because you know how we women are. We can be catty, can be a bitch, and she will come cut corners to come get you. And that is what, when you're so into your ego, right? You can't transcend the ego. You ignore karma. You ignore your dharma. And that is going to be a person's biggest downfall. Biggest downfall.
Yeah. But it's absolutely right what you're saying there. And there's people that don't believe in karma.
I know.
But do you know, I want to put it this way.
Yes.
If I get out of bed in the morning, I stub my toe, right?
Okay.
When I stub my toe, I go, oh, my toe. And then I've got a choice, right? I have a choice. I am a human being, and every single human being in the planet might not be able to choose what other people do. That's wrong anyway, but has the choice to make my own decisions. I have my own consciousness, right? So when I stub my toe, I can choose whether I want that to ruin my whole day. Oh, damn, my toe, that's it. My whole day is ruined now. I'm just going to have to go back to bed, right? Or I can choose that's hurt, man, but you know what? I'm just going to take a breath, right? I'm just going to give myself a nice deep breath here. And then I'm going to try again. I'm just going to go and put the kettle on, And then if when I've had my cup of tea, I've gone and spilt it on myself, I've still got a choice, right? Because that isn't just happened. I didn't spill that on me because I stubbed my toe, right? I spilled that on me because I was paying attention to what I was doing. It's not going to ruin my day. I still got a choice. I can still choose what to do next, and I can choose to either let it ruin my day or just take that moment to just go, okay, maybe I'll have another cup of tea. Maybe I'll have to get changed and change my uniform or my work clothes or whatever it is, and just start again because I have choice. I can do this, and karma sometimes isn't down to there is karma and stuff, and I believe in it, but I also believe in being honest with ourselves, and it's our perception, right? It's our perception of what's going on, and that's what builds fear. It's what builds the divide in society. What it is because our perception from our ego, it's our perception, it's us making judgment because I think I'm right and you're wrong. Right?
I love it. Yes, you're absolutely correct, Ems.
And it's correct. To me, it's really important that we just take that moment to just stop wherever we are at right now in the world, wherever we are at, whatever we are doing, and just go, do you know what? I'm just going to give myself 10 seconds to just take a nice deep breath and pause and think. Before I open my mouth, before I respond or react, because I'm not responding because I'm just straight away. I'm not thinking, I'm just acting from fear. I'm reactive. I'm a firework, you know? But if I just hold myself back and just give myself a few seconds to just breathe and go, okay, so what's really going on right now in this situation? Where is the truth? What are the facts? And is that really the way it is right now? Is this really the truth? So I'm saying something and I can say to myself, well, is that really the truth? Or is that what I've been told is the truth? And what inside me can see whether there's truth or not in there, Because if we're seeing something from a moment of fear, and then later on that day, we go and meet up with our mate down the road. Oh, you never guess what happened. Oh, this thing, and I stood my toe, and I'm living that moment, right?
Over and over again.
Exactly the same, over and over again. Everyone I tell, everyone at me, and that fear is rising up in my body, right? And my body, the best pharmacy that is on the planet, right, is going. Stress response. Let's let out the cortisol now, quick. know,
Yes.
this is fight, flight, or freeze. What we gonna do, girl? And I'm like, whoa, you know.
And that's the obsession. That is
Yeah.
the obsessive conditions that people are living every day, and we're creating our own hell,
Yes.
unhappiness, because we're obsessing over things that are of such nonsensical importance. It's insane. It really is, and we're not seeing the bigger picture. And I just want to. I talked about Carlos Castaneda earlier. I just want to end with this quote. The following quote encapsulates the theme of Jasmine Breeze. The self-confidence of the warrior is not the self-confidence of the average man. This is just what you said. That's why I chose this. The average man seeks certainty in the eyes of the onlooker and calls that self-confidence. The warrior seeks impeccability in his own eyes and calls that humbleness. The average man is hooked to his fellow man, while the warrior is hooked only to infinity. The words of Castaneda. We need to really try to envision the cosmos and how we're part of this big, giant collective and not have this microcosmic pettiness that so many of us do on a day-to-day basis, because it's such a waste of time and energy. We are so much bigger than that. So much bigger than that, Ems. And I loved your analogy about the T and the toe. And we're bigger than that. We are bigger. We're part of a galaxy. We're made of stardust, star systems. We are bigger than that. The mindset needs to grow. Our consciousness needs to grow. Then we can make that connection. You can look outside, look at the tree and go, just wow. You know, you don't have to be an ayahuasca or mushrooms or anything like that. Just go out there and look at the tree. It has its consciousness. I'm like, wow, what a miracle of a tree. I wonder how long it's been here. 400 years, 200 years, what has it seen, you know? I'm just menial human being, you know, maybe I'll be lucky if I get 110 years in. I mean, that was beautiful. And everybody, this is what Ems and myself were just trying to get you to expand your mind. Really, we are so much bigger than this. We don't have much time on this planet, 100 years or less. Try to exude love. Exude love. Really. Ems, please take it from me.
For me, you've just mentioned something that I really want to get people to just close your eyes and see the trees, see a forest, right? And while you're seeing that forest, which tree is the same? None of those trees are the same. None of those trees. They're all bent. Some of them have had a hard start and they're a bit dodgy around the bottom. Some of them are having a hard life, and they're massive. They tower up in towards the sky, but have been struck by lightning and the tops fell off it. And some of them are so wide and some of them are so thin, and you know what, some of them are so close together that they just share their space. The trees share their space. They don't say, I'm not being next to you, you're a pine and I'm an oak. No, these trees go, do you know what, you're there, I'm here. We'll just see what we can do together and share that light. You know, we're all like trees, every single being of us, like every single human being. Trees have no color, right? Trees have, they're just beautiful beings. They're just big, they're small, they're every size and shape. Some have got so many scars on them, they can tell you a massive story. Most of them are a lot older than what we are. And all these trees are so beautiful. And every single one of them is different. Just like us human beings, every single one of us is a unique human being, and we have our scars and we have our bodies. And some of us are a bit, you know, a bit wobbledy, a bit wonky. Some of us are a bit like we just look different. Some of us might have one arm or one leg or whatever, or one eye, or it doesn't make any difference whatsoever. We're just human beings, and we're just sharing space, and we've still got the same capacity to love as every other human being. So, I mean, open your eyes, take a deep breath, and remember, when you look at someone and you're seeing that person as different, if that person was a tree right now, what would they look like? And how beautiful would they be? How much beauty in the color, in the shape, in the gnarliness, in the knobbliness, in the different barks and the different colors and the different textures. How truly beautiful and inspiring is that tree. And trees that are the most prettiest trees are the ones with the hardest life, that are more gnarly and more knobbly and more rooty than the ones that are just straight sticks.
Yes.
You know, and there's so many different trees all around the world, like there are humans. And there's some trees, it's somewhere in America, and these trees, you go to see the trees and they're like, what? Where's the trees? I don't see no trees here. And the reason for that is the trees are just right so close to the floor. They've learned to develop, to grow in that environment, just like we have as humans. And these trees stretch out across the floor. They stretch out and they share that space. And because of the winds are so severe in this part of the world, it's somewhere in America, that these trees end up being right close to the floor. And you know what? When you realize that, you're just like, wow, man, they're trees. There's a whole forest and I've never seen it because it's all under my nose, right? How many times do people miss things because it's under the nose? So yeah, everything, we're all different. We're all so 100%. There is no more M's. I am the only M. Like, this is serious ego now, but here I am. I'm the only M in the world. There is no other M just like me. There's other people called M, but they are 100% different. Right.
Yeah, I think that's ego. I think that your spiritual incarnation of M, who you are to give your gifts in the universe. I don't think that's ego. I think that uniqueness is part of the bigger collective. Really, I really don't think that, because I love that you did make that distinction. We are who we are for a reason. You know what I mean? And
you
that
can't do you better than anyone else. No one else can do you better. You are so you, and you have your own gifts and your own beautiful things that you can take out to the world, and you can inspire other people. I couldn't have wrote your book. I'm M.
And I couldn't do this. I'm looking at your technological genius. You're live streaming on Facebook. You do. I said to myself, "Oh my word!" I said, "She has Zoom." I said, "The number going to work." She's in Portugal from Europe, and then you just do it so beautiful. You're doing this on YouTube, brilliant, and that everybody's got this strength in their gifts, and you're celebrating that. And I want us, to please not give homework, but to give our viewers a task. Today, every day, hug yourself. Say, I love you. I love you, Marla Ty. Say it, Em. I love me, Em.
I love you. I love me. I love me.
And go out with that mindset. Don't focus on the stumped toe. Okay, no matter what it is. So you can please share that energy with people you work with, people you see. Smile. Say hi to somebody today. Be kind. We are collective.
No one knows what anyone else.
To get us to unite. Like I told Ems from the beginning, we're not just talking. We need to find solutions. Find connectivity, similarities. We all bleed the same blood, unless you're extraterrestrial person as a human being. No, I'm just teasing. But really, we have more things in common than we are apart. And I love you talk, guys. Please, thank you. I talk about gypsies in the book. Please, guys, we're all one. We're all one. Em talked about the wind, the breeze. It carries things. It carries seedlings from trees, pollen, so things can populate, beautify our earth. This is our only home. I know we're going to Mars, we're doing this, we're doing that, but please respect Mother Earth. This is our home. Take care of it. That's what I wanted to leave our viewers with today, with a new perspective. You're going out in the world, and like Em said, we make the change in ourselves. You can't change someone else unless we're changed. So think about that. Don't focus on your negativities. You know, nobody's perfect that I know of. No, nobody is. We've all been through something. So try to exude goodwill to the best that you can. And let's really make this world a better place. And I'm so honored. I got to give you kudos because, wow. But it's on you. I just had to add to what you were saying. We're such in a good energy flow. She'll say one thing and I'll spend on, and vice versa. So, wow. Wow. This is really divine meeting, really a divine meeting of divinity. It really is. Like I said, we met through Michael Beckworth at the Agape Center. Just a beautiful thing. So, and I can't thank you enough. And I really hope that we are changing consciousness for the better.
Yeah, if we change one person's mind today and they go out and see, you know, like a person and then they see them as a tree.
Yes.
Then do you know what? We are changing the world, but we can't change the world unless we take responsibility, 100% responsibility for ourselves. It's no point spending our energy, wasting our energy, telling everyone else how they should behave and being judgmental and being criticizing people and blaming everyone else. But it was him, my mother did it, my father did it, my grandparents did it. How about take responsibility for yourself, for you, because no one else can. You can't be responsible for anyone else on the planet but you. No one else can be responsible for you neither. You know, it's not down to anyone else. The only person that needs to change is me, right? And when you and you know, other people need to say the same thing. They need to learn that, hold on a minute, I'm spending my energy moaning about Mr. Jones down the street and whinging about the neighbours and talking about this ethnic community or that white community or those gypsies or whatever, and it's all just so. What are you putting your energy in that for? Because you've got so much work to do on yourself, right? While we're wasting our energy on this person's disabled, that person's sexuality, this person's whatever, and we're causing more division in society. It's a waste of our time, it's a waste of our energy. You know, put your energy into making something good. Go out into the garden. If you don't want to spend it on being nice to someone else in humanity, go and plant a tree. Go and put your energy into something that's positive, that's for the highest good. I'm not just talking about the good of me, but the highest good of all on the planet. You don't even have to like humans to do this, man. You just need to go out there and go, do you know what? Mother Earth, Pachamama, I am with you. And you know what? The only way to save you is to kind of be nice to these other humans on the planet. But apart from that, I'm just going to spend some time loving nature, being in nature and just planting trees, or just making sure that this little bit of land here in the middle of nowhere, because I don't like seeing humans, you know, you're just going to concentrate and putting your energy into that. And bit by bit, as everyone takes responsibility for themselves, the world will change. You know, we will beat global warming, we will beat everything else, because we'll be living with love. We'll be living with respect for our environment and respect for our fellow humans. You don't have to go out and dance. You don't have to go for a meal with anyone. We're not asking you to go and make friends with anyone. You know what I mean? I'm just asking you to love yourself.
Yes.
Like, love the
Yes.
space that you're in.
Yes.
And love, like, be appreciative, show some gratitude to
Love
the
that.
environment, you know?
Love it. Gratitude, appreciation.
Yes.
Not enough
Yes.
on the planet. Love it. Thank you, Ems. Beautiful. Keep preaching. I love that. I didn't mean to interrupt, but that's what we missed.
Cool.
Oh,
It's what it is. It's like, some people are like, you know, there's so many different types. There was 4 different types, isn't there? Some people like solitude. Some people like looking into the stars and going, wow, man, look at all them stars. We're they're like this little part in this whole entire universe. Some of us like hanging out with people, and we like sharing the love with other human beings, and we like being part of community.
yes.
We like hanging out with people, and that's cool too. There's so many, the wind shut the door. There's so many different ways to be.
Yes.
Be loved. You don't have to be loved, but like, we're not saying run outside, start singing, start grabbing people's hands, I love you. Nah, man, we're talking about that love and respect for yourself, the self-love, the self-respect, that self-acceptance. You know, it's accepting. Do you know what? I got all these scars. I got a wobbly belly. I got hair, you know, where I didn't think hair grew no more. But you know what? I still love me. I still love me, you know? And I respect me, and I respect my body temple, my greatest consort. Yes. I was born. It holds my soul. It's the vessel for it. And this is the temple it's chosen. You know, I couldn't be in a better place, you know? And it doesn't matter what color my body temple is. It doesn't matter whether it's in a church, in a mosque, in a synagogue. Doesn't matter if it's sat around a fire pit in the middle of wherever. It's just a soul. It's just loving, being in its body, and just being in the environment that it's happiest in. You know, and mixing with other people and sharing that love, even if it's from afar, even if, like, you know, where, you know, you could live in Alaska or something, you can still like love the polar bears from a distance, you know. It's about doing something and sharing that love. It's the love like for siblings, you know. I love you, but you know what, I don't want to like have you as a girlfriend, but I want you to be my sister. You know, you are my sister. I can see you as my sister. Exactly. You know, but that's love. That is love. That is the love between 2 souls. You know, this is the kind of love, like, I can love like my pet, I can love my home, I can love this land, and I can look at people like I love trees, you know. Right. You know, you got a beautiful dog there.
Thank you. This is my mom's dog. That's Benji. Benji, say hi to Miss Ems. He's a great.
Hey, Benji.
Say hi.
Hey. You know, Benji's got a good story to tell, right? Because Benji says, do you know what? I'm white, and I don't care that I'm white. And I love all the other dogs, right? And I don't care what color they are either. And I love all the humans, because I don't see skin color or disability or anything other than I see your soul. And when I'm a dog, I just see your soul, unless people have been cruel to me. And then I'm just so scared that I can't see your soul. So that's what Benji's bringing to us today. Benji's preaching. He's saying, hey, you know, if you was a dog, like if you were reincarnated as a dog, you would just see that everyone is love.
That's why they say animals love us unconditionally. They don't care if you put on weight, lose weight, lose an arm, leg. They don't care. They love you. They just love you. And we have a lot to learn from people like Benji and other 4-legged furry friends, or friends with no legs. You know, people love snakes, tarantulas, pigs, you know, people love all kinds of animals. But wow, I really have to say, let me tell you how I feel. I really feel invigorated. Really. That I always go, my body temple, how do I feel right now? I feel invigorated. So this was really a positive interaction, Ebbs. Wow, I really am humbled and I'm grateful. I thank you so much for this opportunity, namaste, to just bring love, more love on the planet. That's what I'll say.